This is Kyle, a recent graduate with a degree in psychology. Fresh out of college, and like many other Americans, Kyle was excited to start his future and embark on a career, eagerly applying for jobs. But then the pandemic hit.
As you can see, not one of these positions has contacted me back.
Spending through his savings and feeling like he's exhausted his options, we connected with Kyle to learn about the challenges recent grads are facing and help him navigate his finances in this unstable economic climate.
I appreciate that you are embarking on this money makeover with me. So tell me your story.
I graduated from the University of New Mexico in December of 2018. I was able to work after college as a social worker and adjuster. Overall, I kind of wanted to continue a different career path.
Kyle quit his previous job just before the pandemic hit. And when it did, his job search stopped in its tracks.
When I left my position, I've started, I'm just going to kind of essentially milk away the money I've been able to save. And it was quite a bit at first, but a year later, it's kind of dwindling down.
Are you currently collecting unemployment?
I am not. And you have to have been let go or lost your position due to the pandemic. And unfortunately, I left my position literally several weeks prior to all of that.
With no income, Kyle has whittled down his expenses to just the basics. But a year into the pandemic, savings are running out. So he's gone into overdrive on his job search.
So I've applied to 1,500 plus positions. I've had 7 interviews out of 1,500 over the past year. I'm
kind of stuck on this. You've applied for 1,500 jobs?
Yes. So
can I ask in what way? Are you doing it online? Is this sort of like websites and you're checking?
At first, it really was, at the beginning, anything on Indeed that paid money. I was, apply to this, write a cover letter, adjust my resume, send it in. And I did this over and over and over, and it's all online.
Thankfully, he has a lot of support from his girlfriend, Caitlin, a first-year teacher who shares his frustration.
From my parents' generation or older generations, it's hit the pavement with those resumes, get out there, talk to people.
It does sound like to me you are doing sort of all the right things, and shaking things up may be a good idea.
With no stone left unturned, Kyle and Caitlin have given serious thought to packing their bags and leaving New Mexico. They're turning their eye to Texas, where they believe there are more job opportunities for both of them.
I think you're both really open to this idea that Texas could be a better, more fruitful place for you.
We gave Kyle and Caitlin time to form a solid plan. Step 1, Kyle needs to narrow his job search. Step 2, make direct connections with employers in Texas. Step 3, together, they'll look at their expenses and savings and create a budget for the big move. We check back in with them 2 weeks later.
Right now, I've been consistently applying to jobs there in the Texas area.
Does this mean you two have closed the emotional door on Albuquerque and you're really going to devote focus to moving to Texas?
Yeah, essentially in a nutshell. One of the companies I've been interviewing with lately, I've had about 3 interviews with them. It's looking pretty promising.
Not only has Kyle narrowed the number of applications he sends out from 40 per week to 3 or 4, he's also now reaching out and making direct connections with employers. And together, they researched the cost of moving and budgeted for the additional expenses.
The apartments are in that $1,100, $1,200 range for a 1-bedroom. So what we're doing right now with the salary that I would make as a teacher in Texas and with the salary that we're expecting him to get, that'd be more than enough because it would be a huge increase for both of us.
Right.
I am impressed, I'm excited, I'm inspired by both of you. And I really do think, or it certainly sounds like you've got so much enthusiasm around this, because this has been a really hard, long, distressing, depressing year.
Long frustrated with a fruitless job search, along with his dwindling savings, Kyle and Caitlin are ready for this major makeover in their lives. And after a couple of weeks of preparing for an uncertain future, I got a very welcome call from Kyle.
Kyle, I have no idea what your news is, but my team said we're going to need to talk to Kyle this week. So give it to me.
Cool. Yeah. So about a week or so after our last interview, as you know, I was in the process of talking to an employer here, and I did about 5 or 6 interviews with them. We week after week.
When you say here, do you mean Albuquerque or do you mean Texas?
So I'm actually in Texas right now. They got a hold of me a few weeks ago and they said, hey, we want to offer you a position here in San Marcos, Texas. And they told me, this was a couple weeks ago, we need you here in 2 weeks. So Caitlin and I had to pack up all my stuff at least, get everything ready together and move. So I moved here a week ago today.
You are so lucky to have this woman. Do you need me to remind you of that?
Yeah, I am.
From our first conversation to today, I feel like you are a whole new man. I'm really stoked for you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.